What if the real reason your life hasn't changed is because you never shut the hell up about it? Seriously, think about it. How many times have you said things like, I'm going to start next week. I'm working on something big. This year is going to be my year. You post it, you talk about it, you imagine it. And then? Nothing. 6 months later, you're in the exact same damn place, scrolling the same phone, watching other people win while you're still explaining your plans to people who don't care. Wake the hell up. Talking about your future is one of the most addictive drugs on earth. Because when you talk about your goals, your brain gives you a tiny reward, a little hit of dopamine. You feel productive, but you didn't do a damn thing. You didn't wake up earlier. You didn't push harder. You didn't sacrifice comfort. You didn't build anything real. You just talked. And the worst part, the world claps for that. Post a motivational quote, people like it. Tell your friends you're starting a business, they say, bro, that's awesome. Say you're hitting the gym tomorrow, everyone cheers you on. But nobody sees what happens 3 weeks later when you're back on the couch, phone in your hand, convincing yourself you'll start again Monday. Let me tell you something brutally honest. Nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is going to knock on your door and say, hey man, I noticed you're wasting your life. Let me fix that for you. Not your friends, not your parents, not your boss, not some damn motivational video. You. It's you. And right now, whether you like hearing it or not, you're addicted to comfort. Comfort is killing your potential, slowly, quietly, every single day. It's the late-night scrolling. It's the just one more episode. It's the alarm clock you keep snoozing. It's the constant need to tell people what you're about to do instead of actually doing it. You want to know something most people will never understand? Real transformation is quiet. Not Instagram quiet. I'm talking about the kind of quiet where nobody even knows you're changing. No announcements, no posts, no updates. Just work. Day after day after day. And at first, it feels like nothing is happening. You wake up early, nobody notices. You work on your goals after work, nobody notices. You stop going out every weekend, nobody notices. Because the truth is, the world doesn't care about your process. They only care about the result. And that pisses people off. People want applause for effort. They want recognition for trying. They want validation before they've built anything. But life doesn't work like that. Results get respect. Nothing else. You can talk about discipline all day, but if your life still looks the same after a year, then something is broken. And here's the uncomfortable truth. It's probably you. Not your situation, not your boss, not your country, not your background. You. Because deep down, you already know what you should be doing. Wake up earlier, stop wasting hours online, work on something meaningful, improve your body, improve your mind. You already know. But knowing isn't the problem. Doing it when nobody's watching, that's the real battle. That's where 99% of people quit. Because when there is no applause, no attention, no validation, your brain starts whispering dangerous thoughts. What's the point? Is this even working? Maybe I'll start later. And that's the exact moment most people go back to their old life. Back to comfort, back to distraction, back to wasting another year. But there is a completely different path. A path almost nobody takes. 6 months. 6 months where you stop announcing your life. 6 months where you disappear from the noise. 6 months where the only thing you focus on is building something real. No talking, no explaining, no proving. Just work. And something strange begins to happen when you do that. The silence becomes power. Because while everyone else is busy showing the world what they're planning to do, you're becoming someone they won't even recognize anymore. Have you ever noticed something strange about people who actually change their lives? You don't see it coming. One day they're just another ordinary person, same routine, same struggles, same problems. And then suddenly, 6 months later, you look at them and think, damn, what the hell happened to this guy? He looks different, he moves different, he talks different. His body changed, his mindset changed, his life changed. But here's the part nobody saw: the silence. While everyone else was busy broadcasting their goals to the world, he disappeared. Not because he was lazy, not because he quit, but because he finally understood something most people never learn. Talking is cheap. Working is lonely. And if you're serious about changing your life, you better get comfortable being alone for a while. Because real growth, that happens in the dark. Early mornings when the world is still asleep. Late nights when your brain is screaming for a break, but you keep going. Weekends when everyone else is partying and you're sitting there building something that nobody even knows about. That's where transformation actually happens. Not in motivational speeches, not in comment sections, not in some damn inspirational quote you repost. It happens in boring repetition, day after day. Same grind, same discipline, same uncomfortable choices. And here's where most people screw it up. They want the result immediately. They go to the gym for 2 weeks and expect abs. They start a project for a month and expect success. They try discipline for a few days and think life should magically change. Wake the hell up. That's not how this works. Change is slow, painfully slow. At first, it feels like you're doing all this work for nothing. You wake up early, nothing changes. You push yourself, nothing changes. You sacrifice comfort, nothing changes. Your life still looks the same. Your bank account still looks the same. Your environment still looks the same. And your brain starts panicking. Maybe this isn't working. Maybe I'm wasting my time. Maybe I should just go back to normal. And that right there is the trap. Because the first 3 months, they're invisible. Nobody sees them. Nobody respects them. Nobody believes them. It's just you fighting yourself. Fighting laziness, fighting distraction, fighting the version of you that wants the easy life. And let's be honest, that version of you is strong as hell. It knows exactly how to convince you to quit. Just relax today. You deserve a break. Start again tomorrow. That voice has destroyed more dreams than failure ever did, because failure at least means you tried. But comfort quietly buries your potential while you're still alive. And the scary part? It feels good. Scrolling feels good. Sleeping in feels good. Doing nothing feels good. Until one day you wake up and realize 5 damn years passed and nothing changed. Same problems, same excuses, same life. That's the moment most people panic. They hit 30, 35, sometimes even 40, and suddenly the reality hits them like a punch to the face. Time doesn't care about your plans. Time doesn't care about your excuses. Time just keeps moving. Every single day you delay the work, you're trading your future for temporary comfort. And the worst part? You already know this. You can feel it. Every time you scroll for hours and realize the whole night disappeared. Every time you promise yourself you'll start tomorrow. Every time you look at someone successful and think, man, I wish that was me. But wishing doesn't change anything. Hope doesn't change anything. Talking sure as hell doesn't change anything. Only one thing changes your life. Relentless, boring, uncomfortable work. The kind of work nobody claps for. The kind of work nobody even sees. 6 months of silence. 6 months where you stop chasing attention and start chasing discipline. Because the moment you stop performing for the world, you finally start transforming for real. Here's the part nobody warns you about. The moment you decide to change your life, everything inside you will try to drag you back. Not just laziness, fear, doubt. That little voice in your head that whispers, who the hell do you think you are? You start waking up earlier, you start working harder, you start cutting distractions, and suddenly, your brain starts a damn rebellion. It tells you you're tired, it tells you this is pointless, it tells you other people are ahead of you anyway. That voice is dangerous, because it sounds like you. And most people obey it without even realizing. They quit quietly. Not in some dramatic way. They just slowly slide back into the same habits. Back to the phone. Back to comfort. Back to wasting entire evenings doing nothing that actually moves their life forward. And then they convince themselves it's fine. This is just how life is. No. That's how a wasted life looks. Harsh. Yeah. But it's the truth most people are too scared to say out loud. Look around. How many people do you know who talk about big dreams but live the exact same year over and over again? Same job, same complaints, same routines. 5 years pass. 10 years pass. Nothing changes. Not because they couldn't change, but because they never stayed disciplined long enough. Discipline is brutal. It doesn't care about your mood. It doesn't care if you're tired. It doesn't care if motivation disappeared. You either show up or you don't. And here's something people hate hearing. Motivation is garbage. Seriously. Motivation feels good for about 3 days. You watch a powerful video, you get fired up. You tell yourself this time will be different. Then real life shows up. Work stress, bills, fatigue, bad days. Suddenly, that motivation disappears like smoke. And if motivation was your plan, you're done. That's why most people stay stuck. They wait until they feel ready. They wait until they feel motivated. They wait until the timing is perfect. Wake the hell up. Perfect timing doesn't exist. Nobody wakes up one morning magically ready to transform their life. People change because they force themselves to, even when they don't feel like it. Especially when they don't feel like it. That's the difference. The people who build something real, they move even when everything inside them wants to stop. They go to the gym when they're exhausted. They work on their goals after a long day. They choose discipline over comfort again and again and again. Not because it's fun, because it's necessary. And this is where silence becomes your secret weapon. When you stop announcing your plans, something powerful happens. You remove the pressure to look successful. You remove the temptation to perform for others. You stop chasing validation. And suddenly, the only thing left is the work. Just you and the grind. No applause, no audience, just effort. Day after day. And here's the crazy thing. After about 3 months, something begins to shift. Your mind starts getting stronger. Discipline becomes normal. The things that used to feel painful start feeling automatic. Waking up early isn't torture anymore. Working longer hours isn't impossible anymore. You start realizing something shocking. You were never lazy. You were just undisciplined. And discipline is trainable. But only if you stop treating your life like a damn performance for other people. Because when you're busy showing the world what you're doing, you're not actually doing it. And while people are posting quotes about success, you're quietly becoming dangerous. Stronger, sharper, more focused. And the best part? Nobody sees it coming. Around the 4th month, something strange starts happening. Not outside, inside. At first, nothing in your life looked different. Same city, same room, same job, same problems. But inside your head, everything starts shifting. You wake up and your first instinct isn't to grab your phone anymore. That urge to scroll for an hour starts feeling stupid. You start noticing how much time people waste, not judging them, just seeing it clearly. You're sitting somewhere and everyone around you is glued to a screen, scrolling, laughing at nonsense, arguing about things that don't matter. Hours passing. And for the first time in your life, you think, damn, this is what most people do every day? Not building, not improving, just distracting themselves until the day is over. And suddenly, something clicks in your brain. You realize the biggest competition in life isn't other people, it's distraction. Phones, comfort, entertainment, the endless stream of useless noise designed to keep you busy but never moving forward. And the scary part? Most people never escape it. They wake up and immediately grab their phone, scroll in bed, scroll during breakfast, scroll during lunch, scroll before sleeping. Years of their life disappear into a screen and they don't even notice. But you stepped out of that trap, at least a little. 6 months of working in silence does something powerful to your awareness. You start protecting your time like it's gold because you finally understand something brutal. Your life is literally made of hours. That's it. Hours stacked on top of hours. And once an hour is gone, it's gone forever. No refund, no rewind, no second chance. Yet people waste them like they're infinite. 3 hours on social media, 4 hours on Netflix, another 2 hours watching other people live the life they wish they had. Wake the hell up. You don't need more time. You need less distraction. And this is where the transformation really begins. Because now discipline isn't something you force, it's something you protect. You start asking yourself different questions. Is this worth my time? Is this helping me grow? Or am I just killing another hour of my life? That question alone will change everything. Because when you start measuring your life in hours, laziness becomes expensive. Every wasted night starts feeling like a loss. Every distracted day feels like a step backward. And here's the most interesting part. While you're quietly sharpening yourself, the outside world still thinks nothing changed. Your friends still see the same person. Your coworkers still see the same face. Nobody is clapping. Nobody is praising you. But that's exactly why this works. Silence removes ego. Silence removes performance. Silence removes the need to impress people. And when those things disappear, your focus becomes deadly. You stop caring about looking successful. You care about becoming dangerous, mentally tough, emotionally controlled, focused when everyone else is distracted. And that's rare, extremely rare, because most people are addicted to attention. They want people to notice their progress. They want validation. They want applause. But applause is a trap. The moment people start praising you, your brain relaxes. You feel like you've already won, even though you barely started. That's why working in silence is powerful. There's no applause to slow you down, no spotlight to distract you, just progress. Quiet, relentless progress. And by the 5th month, something incredible begins to happen. The person you used to be starts feeling like a stranger. By the 5th month, the real shift hits you. Not motivation, identity. You stop saying things like, "I'm trying to be disciplined." You just are. You stop forcing yourself to work. You just work. You stop fighting the urge to waste time, because wasting time now feels disgusting. Seriously, things that used to entertain you suddenly feel empty. Scrolling for an hour feels pointless. Watching random garbage online feels like poison. You start seeing how easily people trade their future for comfort, and it shocks you, because 6 months ago, you were one of them. You were the guy saying, "I'll start tomorrow." The guy saying, "I just need motivation." The guy who had plans but no real action. But something changed. Not overnight, not from one video, from repetition. Hundreds of small decisions stacked together. Waking up when it was easier to sleep. Working when it was easier to scroll. Saying no to comfort again and again and again. That's how people transform. Not through inspiration, through repetition. And here's the crazy thing most people never realize. The first 3 months build discipline, but the next 3 months, they build confidence. Real confidence. Not fake Instagram confidence. Not loud confidence. Quiet confidence. The kind that doesn't need to prove anything. Because you know what you've been doing. You know the work you've put in. You know the hours nobody saw. And that creates something powerful. Self-respect. And once you feel real self-respect, everything changes. You stop tolerating your old habits. You stop tolerating weak excuses. You stop tolerating people who waste your time. Not because you think you're better than them, but because you finally understand the cost of wasted time. 6 months ago, you were hoping your life would improve. Now you're building it. And here's the part that feels almost surreal. People start noticing. Not because you told them anything, because your energy changed, your focus changed, your discipline shows up in everything. Your body looks different, your mindset sounds different, the way you speak, the way you carry yourself, the way you approach problems. People feel it. They start asking questions. Have you been working out? What have you been doing lately? You seem different. And you know what's funny? You never posted about it. You never bragged about it. You never explained your plan. You just did the work, quietly, day after day. While everyone else was busy announcing their goals to the world, you were busy becoming someone new. And now people are confused because the transformation looks sudden. But you know the truth. It wasn't sudden. It was silent. 6 months of discipline. 6 months of choosing growth over comfort, 6 months of ignoring distractions, 6 months of becoming mentally stronger while the world was asleep. And this is where most people finally understand something powerful. You don't need attention to grow. You need focus. Attention feeds your ego. Focus builds your future. And when those 6 months are finally over, you realize something that changes the way you see your entire life. You were never stuck. You were just distracted. And when those 6 months are over, you see the truth so clearly, it almost pisses you off. Your life didn't change because of luck. It didn't change because of some perfect opportunity. It changed because you finally stopped screwing around. That's it. 6 months of silence forced you to face something brutal. You had time all along. You just wasted it. Not because you were stupid, because the world is built to distract you. Your phone, endless entertainment, cheap dopamine every 5 seconds, everything around you is designed to keep you comfortable, numb, and busy doing absolutely nothing that matters. And most people fall for it their entire lives. They wake up, go to work, come home, scroll, watch something, sleep, repeat. Years pass. Then one day they wake up and realize their life feels empty. Not terrible, just empty. No growth, no real progress, just survival. But something different happened to you. You stopped waiting for motivation. You stopped announcing your plans. You stopped trying to look successful. You just worked, quietly, relentlessly, day after day. And that's when the real lesson hits you. Success isn't loud. The internet is loud. Real progress is quiet as hell. While people are arguing online, while people are posting quotes about success, while people are telling the world what they plan to do, the people who actually change their lives, they disappear. They go silent. They stop performing and they start building. Because deep down, they understand something most people never figure out. Nobody is coming. Nobody is going to rescue your potential. Nobody is going to hand you discipline. Nobody is going to drag you out of your comfort zone. If you waste your life, the world will just keep moving. Time doesn't slow down. Time doesn't wait. It just keeps going. And that's why 6 months of silence is powerful. Not because 6 months is magical, but because 6 months of real focus proves something to yourself. You are capable of change. You are capable of discipline. You are capable of building a completely different version of yourself, but only if you stop chasing comfort, only if you stop chasing attention, and only if you start respecting your time like your life depends on it, because it does. Your future is built from the hours you choose to use wisely, or the hours you throw away. So here's the real question. 6 months from now, will your life look exactly the same? Same habits, same distractions, same excuses? Or will people look at you and say, damn, what the hell happened to you? Because the difference between those two futures is not talent, it's not luck, it's not intelligence, it's one decision. The decision to shut up, focus, and work quietly,
relentlessly, for 6 damn months. And when those 6 months are over, you won't need to tell anyone you changed. They'll see it.